30 seconds to go on this last race. This is the WMZ race number 2. And I'm doing this series. I come off the number 1 race first, and now I'm on the second one. Like I said, this is still because I adjusted my screen wrong. This is a series of races. I did all these in an hour before I got a chance to go back and look at the film. I really didn't have much time in between to adjust my screen. I didn't know it was going to show up like this. So sorry, but I will fix it on the next one. Y'all be able to see more and what's going on better on the next race. With 2-1, and we're off. There's 3 laps on this race. And this is the Glasgow, which I've stated to y'all before. This is, if you had a race to call your bread and butter, this is my bread and butter race. This is the race that I can wake up in the morning, put a little butter on toast, get ready to go, and I know what I'm in for the rest of this race. So it's 3 laps. So as we take off and we start going, I'm waiting for the race to start. I think we're still on we get ready to start the lead in. And man, I moved the screen as much as I did. I should have just moved it a little bit to bring it up enough so y'all can see the meter at the bottom. But as we're riding, we're gonna come up to the beginning of the race. Right now we're on the lead in, and as you can see, we're on the lead in. And as I go over the arches, I decided that this is gonna be one of the races where I decided that I was gonna just pace myself. This is more about pacing. This is not a race where I'm just gonna try to take off and leave everybody. This is more about pacing. I think on this one, on the 3rd lap, you know, I know the Humpty Hump Hills, that's what I call them all the time, and I haven't got anybody to give me a comment. Please give me comments. If you see something I'm doing or some way you can help me improve my riding, please comment on it. I really do appreciate it. And I do respond to comments. If you give me a comment, I will respond back to you. And I thank you for it. I very much appreciate it. And if you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe. I'm starting to put it more into the races and the videos because I get excited and forget to say it. And before I know the video over and I did the voiceover and forgot to go, and I don't feel like going back and doing it. So as we ride, and I got Edwards with me, and I think Edwards decided that he was just gonna stick with me. And I said, you know what, this would be a good chance for me to watch somebody. And I'm thinking, you know, I think that's a British flag. And, you know, I'm American, you know, we don't know nothing else outside of America. I'm sorry. So I'm looking at the flag. And I got Edwards with me. He's riding with me. And I kind of enjoy having the guys who's gonna ride with me because it gives me a chance to have somebody to follow, have somebody to get behind and draft behind. So the draft, and I'm trying to let him get ahead, and I'm not pedaling hard. The only time I'm putting power, as you see with this, the only time I'm putting in power is when we come to the Humpty Hump Hills. When I get to the Humpty Hump Hills, I put power in, and after the Humpty Hump Hills, I pull it out. So I'm not really trying to stay mass monster power this, because like I said, you saw me on the last race, that's all I did was just until I got a certain point ahead and I stopped. But here it's more just on the hills where I put it in, and after the hills I'll take it off and go on about my business with it. So I know this hill's coming up, and I hit the feather at the beginning. I don't remember if I had a feather on the last one, but I hit the feather on the beginning. And I know where the feather gonna run out. I think I hit it just a little too soon. You have to, for me, I had to hit it right at the hump. At that number switch, I hit the feather then. And it won't run out on me on the hill. But you can see the difference when it runs out on me in the hill, it actually shows me pedaling, but my bike is starting to slow down because them 35, 40 extra pounds pop right back up on me. So as we come to the top of the hill and he passes me, I just go, well, I'm just gonna stay with him and we're just gonna ride together. And if you look at the graph at the bottom, it's totally red for a minute and then it kind of fades back down. As I come back down, I slow it back down and we're riding. And I decided I'm just gonna ride with him on the decline. And I know this race, so I really don't have to put much in. And because I know this race, I know I can put that much power out. When I get to the other side, I just kind of you know, let my weight do the rest of it on a little hill like this. You can even look at the metrics down there. I'm still not putting a lot in because I'm just letting my weight push me over these little hills. And then you got the little Humpty Humps where my weight just kind of pushes me over the little Humpty Humps. And sorry about the heart measure. It goes away here and there because I wear a polar armband. I have it on right on my. You see, I'm wiping with the towel, trying to get the sweat off so it'll read. and I pull it back up so it'll read my arm, because every once in a while it stops reading. And I think because I'm sweating a lot with it on. So as we ride, I come around this, we ride on this little corner here, and we coming down this little decline. I just kind of just relax ride. I don't put a lot of power in it. I'm kind of, like I said, I try to let my weight do most of the work. We're trying to get through these 3 laps. Right now I'm feeling a little tired. I had done my hydro. I did the Rhino race. I had just finished up a race where I decided to get into my feelings because somebody bumped me. I laugh like that because it's so stupid being petty. Somebody bumped me, and I decided that I was going to mass monster through that race, and I kind of tired myself out a little bit. So on this race, I decided that I'm going to go back to the beginning, what the purpose of this race was. Outside of any little hills, I was going to ride this thing about 80 pedals, 70 to 80 pedals a minute, and keep it under about 350. And so, see, Edwards did not push me, so it wasn't no sense in acting a fool and trying to get way out ahead of him. In fact, I told myself, I was thinking about it as I was riding the race. I told myself that I was thinking about going ahead and mass mustering the power out after I do the Humpty Hump hills. When I come around that corner and come on down and start riding, I was gonna do the Humpty Hump hills, because my goal today was, I wanted to see if I could cross the line not only at 900, but I wanted to see if I can get this thing up to 1300 watts. I've gotten 12 on here, so I know I can hit 12 on this race when it comes around that flat. So in my head was, can I get 1300? And the reason I was doing that, and I'm gonna look back at this video as I was watching, because I didn't get to see it. Actually, I totally forgot to look at it when I was watching back this video so I could do the voiceover. I wanted to see what my numbers look like if I hit 1200, if I hit 1300. A lot of times I haven't even looked at it when I hit 12. So I don't know what numbers I'm putting up when I actually start going that high. So I said, well, I wanted to see what numbers, because I see people putting out I'm sorry, he's putting out 4.6. And he's not, and maybe he's struggling to put that out, but in my head I'm going, I see these guys putting out 10, 11. I haven't seen 12. I won't say I have actively seen 12, but I have seen 11. And that thing, and the only reason I noticed it, because that thing goes red right now. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool. I'm gonna see if I can get one of them red numbers. I don't think I get the red numbers maybe I've never seen it go red on any of my numbers. Let me just be real. Outside of when I go to Swift Power and it shows my weight in red, I don't see red numbers. So, and especially in a race. So I want to see a red number. I really do. And I don't know if somebody can come in on that too. If the red numbers really mean something big, or it's just, I want to know the significance of it. But when I see these guys put out 11, 10, 11, and 12, hell, I see them put out 9. I'm in my head, to put out 10, I gotta reach at my weight 2,000 watts. And it has to be no other way. Maybe even more than that. Could you imagine what numbers I would have to put out? And the only way I can put those numbers out is to stand up on the bike as I pedal, and I have yet to do that. And I don't think I won't say I really will. I'm pretty sure by the time I get down to about 300 pounds, I will have the confidence to do it. But that's a while away, so we just gonna keep rolling. And oh, yes, weigh-ins is next Saturday. I'll do it, and when I put the post videos on that Monday, I will have it after the first race, the first Tiny Swift race of next week. I'll have it on that video, so you will see it Monday, whatever my weigh-in is. And I'm gonna actually film the weigh-in live. I'm sorry, you're gonna see my big size 15 feet. Sorry about that, I have huge feet, my size 15 shoes. So you'll see me with my big 15 feet get on the scale and get weighed out. I'm pretty much just all I'm gonna film at the feet and let y'all see what I weigh, because I don't want nobody going, wait, he just made that. You can actually see me step on the scale and you'll see what my weight is. So as we come around, we're on the second hill, and I like how he threw the thumb out. Well, I'm gonna tell you something, sometimes I see the thumb, sometimes I'm so focused on trying to do something that I don't even recognize somebody throwing a thumb to me. So I apologize for that if you don't see me throw it back. In fact, at the end of the race, when I go look at Swift and I'm on the community page, or the companion app. Sorry about that. I couldn't get it out. The companion app. I seen your thumbs back to you, because I know people are being nice and throwing me a thumb out. But if you see the race, my graphics at the bottom are pretty neat. yeah, all I gotta do is lower this thing down just a little bit, and I can show the top, and then everybody can see everything, and it'll show just the tip tops of the green and the blues. I don't have to have the whole green and blues on there, so I will correct that today. So as we're riding, I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, all I gotta do is just stay like this. I'm not trying to put a lot of power. You see, I'm even in the grays, and I'm putting out 240 watts, and that's great for me. 14, 15, 1.5, 1.6, somewhere in there. And he comes around, he's fasting past me. And at this moment, I'm thinking to myself, we're almost at the end of this first round. And I'm wondering to myself, do I mass monster the whole last lap? Because the reason I'm doing that, and the reason that's coming in mind, is because I'm getting tired. So I'm thinking 3 races at this quick in a session. I should have just found a 20 miler and just did it. That's what I'm thinking in my head, but it's for the videos. I need more videos out, and I want to have a consistency of videos flowing out. The only day I really don't put out a video is Sunday, and because I did these 3 plus the 4 I got tomorrow, and I actually got another one 7 o'clock tomorrow, so I'm gonna put these out tomorrow. 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. After I do the tiny swim, I'm gonna take me about a 40-minute break, and I'm gonna come back and do one more race. It's a oh my God, I can't remember, but I'm scheduled to do one more race at 7 o'clock. So if you come on Swift, and after we do the tiny, the Swift Insider Tiny Races, if you go on there and look, you'll see me on a 7 o'clock race. I don't remember exactly what it is. It might be a Rhino or something like that, but you can look on there and see I'm doing a 7 o'clock race, and I think that one's 12 laps. And so I'm gonna do that one, and then that's gonna pretty much be it for the day, because I juice. One of the things I do is juice, and I juice I juice one time for like 2 months. I make like 25 gallons of juice, and I freeze it immediately, and I put it in, I freeze my juice, and I drink about 32 to about 64 ounces a day. Like I said, I make roughly 25 gallons, almost 30 gallons of juice. And I'll put the recipe of what I use for the juices. If anybody ever asks on a video, I'll actually show what I do, what I put in my juice. So as we come around this being here, we're on the last lap, and I'm feeling pretty good about this race. I'm thinking to myself, we ain't got much longer to go. I'm a little tired, but I got Edwards pushing me. He's kind of riding with me. And as long as he doesn't do somewhere, he's just trying to leave me, I'm thinking to myself, we just ride this thing on out. So as we're riding, I'm thinking to myself, let's get through this race, and we'll get to the next race. I mean, no more races after this one. So I'm just gonna ride with him through this race. That's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm just gonna ride with him through this race. And we're coming around on this, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, all I got left is the little Humpty Humps. I'm not gonna try to, I'm gonna power through the Humpty Humps. I have a leaf. I think I hit the leaf on time. I may not have. Don't get me wrong. I don't even remember. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to run through this one because I'm trying to do the voiceovers, and I have actually something to do. I had to go buy the fruit and stuff today, so I'm kind of trying to get this voiceover done. If you see my power, I'm mostly in the gray. I'm putting about 300 watts out. That's mostly where I'm at. I try to dry my arm off to keep you can see it on my arm over there, the one with the water bottle in it. That's where my Polar sits on, and it kind of, I guess I start sweating a lot, and it kind of loses the signal or something. I don't know. It starts doing that. So as we climb the hill on this one, we get up this first one. I hit the feather on time, and I'm kind of just climbing the hill, and I'm trying to keep with him. And I gotta admit, like I said earlier, I was debating whether I gonna sprint at the end of this race. And I kind of, as I come up this hill and I'm putting power in, I think I told myself I was gonna hold off until we got to the end. We got a mile to go. But then I kind of started thinking to myself, why don't I just ride this thing out? I want to get this race over with. It's fun riding with him and enjoying the ride, but I kind of just want to get the race over with now. I really do. I'm tired. I've rode 3 races. We come around the corner, and I think I end up keeping it going. I just kind of go heck with it. I'm just gonna keep the power in, and I kind of just, it's not mass monster power, but I just just kept the power up at 400 and just kept going. And I said, if he's gonna race with me, he just got to keep up with me, because I've seen him put up 11 and 12. So I just tell myself, you know what? I'm just gonna keep the power in, and we just gonna ride. He's gonna have to ride with me on this one, because like I said, I'm tired, and the band keeps flipping off and on because I'm sweating up. I'm totally drenched by now, and I'm just riding. You know what? I'm just gonna keep this thing at 400, and we just gonna ride. If he's gonna catch up, he catch up. If he don't, he don't. When I get to the end on that corner, I'm just gonna mass muscle this thing out and see how much power I can put into this. So I'm coming around there, and I totally forgot I had that feather. So I hit the feather, and it allowed me to even get even more up the hills quicker than I wanted to. And I'm coming down these hills, and I'm flying. And you see, I'm in the yellow. I'm not really super high, but I'm high enough where I'm putting out enough power where, without knowing, I see him at 0 behind me. So I'm thinking he's right there behind. But as we keep rolling, as I keep going, I just start putting distance in between us, and it was because I just wanted to get this thing over with, and I was just riding. I don't know what else to say, because I wasn't trying to. I was tired. I'm being honest with y'all. I was just tired. I wanted this thing over with, and it was nice enjoying the little ride. But as we get closer to 1,000, as we get closer to this turn, you're gonna see my numbers really go through the roof. You're gonna see the red kicking in, because I try to get 1,300 watts. And now I'm trying to get to 1,300 watts, and I'm pushing. Let me see what I put out: 6.1, 6.2, 7.8. I think the highest I've seen myself at, and that's at 1,200 watts right there. I wish I had it down, but that was at 1,200 watts, and I just kind of kill it then, because I was tired. So we come on through the race. Thank y'all for following me. Thank y'all for watching me. I really appreciate all the comments I get. Please leave more comments. Thank y'all. Y'all have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Ride on.